The boom jump, or bam jump, is one of the coolest scenes in haikyuu, and I'm going to break down what made it so brilliant. The first element was the setup. Hinata wasn't the first character shown using this, it was Hoshiumi. During the training camp arc, Kageyama saw Hoshiumi, a spiker around Hinata's height, jump above the wall to spike. Then, he told Hinata that he should be able to do the same thing. If you want to get technical, even earlier, the little giant was said to be a short spiker who jumped above walls. Hoshiumi just provided a practical and visual version of that. So now, because we knew this technique existed, there was an expectation that Hinata would eventually use it, and that's exactly what happened in the match against Nekoma. Hinata's jump being the payoff to Hoshiumi's setup made the technique and scene stronger. This is what I call a benchmark ability. The second element was counter. I have videos on it, but the core of writing a good fight in battle manga is making the winner achieve victory through counters, either adaptation or weak spots. That makes the victory feel earned. The same thing can be applied to sports stories to a degree. Haikyuu showed that excellently here. Nekoma exposed the weak spot in Hinata's game, which was that he needed a run-up start to be effective. His speed was a big part of what made him dangerous, but every time he had to run up, they put 3 blockers on him regardless. That got rid of his speed and surprise advantage, which added stress and completely neutralized him. There were also times where they forced him to receive, giving him less time to secure his approach distance. They took away all of Hinata's offensive ability, so how did he respond? With a counter, one that was set up way ahead of time. By using the boom jump, he was able to jump over the walls of blockers and spike with ease. This jump also didn't require him to be fast or surprising, which meant that no amount of strategizing could take away his ability to run up for the pass. All he needed was a high pass from Kageyama to terrorize the opponents. The story put him in a seemingly unbeatable situation where his greatest weapons were countered, and then they had him counter that counter by unlocking a special move that had been set up ahead of time. Setting up the boom jump and never showing Hinata successfully use it allowed the audience to forget about it so that we could feel Hinata's despair. It also allowed him to be put in the situation in the first place. The reversal from complete defeat to complete victory made the scene even stronger. The last element that made the scene phenomenal was the fact that the technique amplified one of Hinata's signature traits, his jumping ability. He always had impressive hops for someone his height, but he could never use his jumps to beat opponents. His jumps made up for the weakness in height, it just brought him to an even playing field. Before the training camp, Kageyama had a higher reach than him, even though his jumping wasn't his special ability. Hinata had to use speed and technique to beat blockers, but with the boom jump, his jumping ability received an upgrade to the point where he could use it by itself to score points. Now, his jumping elevated him from ground level to elite level. In conclusion, the 3 writing elements that made the boom jump a brilliant scene were the setup, the counter, and the amplification of Hinata's signature traits.